Welcome back, everybody, and welcome back to Neighborhood Bridges on Facebook Live. This is Rick Bannister, the CEO and Chief Believer of Neighborhood Bridges. And as we promised, we're staying with you on the top of every hour today as a part of the Columbus Foundation and their tremendous 26 hours of giving called The Big Give. And so we're participating in that, as are 899 other nonprofits across Central Ohio, not just Franklin County, but they've extended it to contiguous counties, which is a wonderful thing. And the Columbus Foundation has put up $1.3 million of its own funds to help amplify gifts to nonprofits today. So it's a wonderful 26 hours. It runs from 10 a.m. on October 10th through 10, 11, 12 o'clock on October 11th tomorrow. So we're really tickled to be sitting here with two of Westerville's greatest champions. Our mayor, of course, Kathy Cocuzzi, whom everybody knows, and our city manager, Dave Collingsworth. And I'm so thrilled that you took time out of your day to be with me today. I appreciate that. So Dave, you and your family have been here in Westerville for a number of years. I know that the whole family is very involved in this community. And so what are your impressions of Westerville, and what would you like to talk about as it relates to this community?
Wow, where do you start with a question like that? What's not to like about Westerville, right? But there's definitely the secret sauce here in terms of family living and family life. It's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to connect with people. It's a community that has a high degree of ownership in the citizens, that have a high degree of ownership in what happens here. And from a city manager's perspective, that's a good thing, because you've got people who are engaged civically in what goes on in the community, and they're willing to roll up their sleeves and get the things done that need to get done in the community.
That's really well said. There is such a sense of community here, and involvement and engagement, and we're counting on that. That's part of our model for Neighborhood Bridges. And Kathy, you and I are long friends. Been friends a long time. I'm a great supporter of yours. And I know that you've launched a neighbor to neighbor initiative, which Neighborhood Bridges and myself personally are very excited about. So I wondered if you'd just talk about that a little bit.
Sure, be happy to. Neighbor to Neighbor actually started because we were noticing that there's so much hate and vitriol and mean things being said all the time. We wanted to show everyone that Westerville is not like that. So Neighbor to Neighbor is an initiative, a kindness initiative, trying to get people recognition and help in whatever cause they have, building kindness throughout Westerville. So we have a huge group of people from all walks of Westerville who want to help spread the word about kindness. And so the Neighbor to Neighbor initiative will we have an October calendar, because October is Neighbor to Neighbor month, both with the city and with the city school district. So we're trying to expand people's information on what's happening and how they can get involved and just keep kindness flowing.
I'm witness to that. I'm part of your team helping to launch this, and I'm so supportive. But what I've noticed, Kathy, is that whenever you ask, people respond. I think that's the role that you play in this community, and it's really neat because so many facets of our community have come forward and said, yeah, Westerville is a kind place and we want to be a part of this.
Yeah, we have the police department, we have our ministerial association, our schools, all our community partners are involved, and everybody is welcome to come sit at the table.
Yeah, that's outstanding. It's very exciting, and I want everybody to follow Neighbor to Neighbor. We have a Facebook page and a website, and of course it's wonderful because Neighbor to Neighbor month, and we are simply celebrating all the good deeds that everybody is doing. And I think it's appropriate that we get to talk about this through the auspice of Neighborhood Bridges, because that's our mission, is to provide a gateway for kindness. So Dave, what's your impression of Neighborhood Bridges and maybe what we've been able to do here in this community?
Well, I think if you boil it down to its simplest form, it's connecting people with needs to people with resources and big hearts, and that's a big part of again that Westerville kind of virtue, if you will, about how this is a community that's willing to lend a hand and to be supportive of its neighbors and to do the right thing when there are people in need. And we like to think at times that we're a community that's pretty self-sufficient, but yet we know that we do have neighbors that are in need from time to time. And again, it's a very generous community that when that happens, people step up and make things happen. And that's what impresses me about this initiative.
And Kathy, as mayor, I mean, is there anything you'd like to add to that, or what are your impressions of just what you're seeing in terms of the makeup of the community and the needs and the resources, things like that?
Well, every day someone comes forth with some kind of need that's in the community, and I'm happy to say that through organizations like yours, we're able to fill that and help these people who really need the most help. I just wanted to mention, I was so impressed with the very first need across the bridge, because when this first started, Rick and we had talked about this, and the first need was about a young child who needed an eye exam, and right away I said, I know someone who might do that. And not only did this optometrist volunteer to do the eye exam, but she gave the student free glasses as well. And then you said later there were 9 other optometrists who jumped on board, and that's the Westerville I see all the time. People are more than willing to help out, and they want to, because they want the community to be better.
Well, I do think it's the Westerville you see, but honestly, I think it's part of the Westerville that you've helped to create. And what a thrill and an honor it is to share with the community about how the mayor of our town was part of Bridging Kindness the very first day that we launched. And so we're terribly grateful to you, and I want to thank you for spending some time with me today, and thanks for all that you do. We live in a great community. It's not by accident. It's through hard work and planning and dedication from great folks like you, and I count you both as dear friends, and I really appreciate it. So how about that? Some of our greatest champions with me here to talk about neighborhood bridges, and we're really grateful. Remember, you can donate. We'll post a link that you can donate directly today through the Big Give. And if you contribute more than $20, the Columbus Foundation has all kinds of great gifts that they will send you as a part of your receipt. So Dave and Kathy, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us on Facebook Live.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.